For your show tonight at 8 o'clock. That's right, Martin?
It is. It's a big and important one tonight. Many people will know that last January, the regulator launched a massive investigation into car finance mis-selling. Already 2.5 million complaints have been put through. But that only covered the 40% of car finance deals that had what's called discretionary commission arrangements. Then in October, there was a court case that shook up the car finance world that now potentially means 99% of car finance cases may be eligible to complain. Millions more people, anyone who's had a car finance deal from 2007 until, frankly, well, October just gone. So it's absolutely enormous. I've got the head of the regulator, the FCA, on with me to take questions. I'll be running through for people what it means and whether you should do it. It's not as clear-cut. There's a moral question about this one too. But if you or you know someone who has had a car finance deal since 2007, it's an absolute must-watch. It's my last show of this year. We're doing it live. It's on tonight, 8 p.m. Very important programme.
Great stuff. We will be watching. Right, let's talk about children's Christmas savings. Lots of kids are going to get money from family members, from grandparents. We've had lots of questions about where the best savings accounts are to go. Should we get stuck in straight away? This one's from Emily.
Sure, yes. It's one of the biggest quote subjects I ever get, this.
Yeah, Emily says, my little boy...
People always swamp us.
Emily says, my little boy is 12 weeks old today. Some family members have expressed their wish to gift cash this Christmas so we can start saving for him. I've looked around. I'm so confused as to which account to choose. Is an easy access saver best or a junior ISA which locks the money until he's 18?
OK, well, they're two very different products. You effectively have a choice of going for a normal savings account where you can put money in and money can be withdrawn when you want to, or generally, or maybe after a year in some cases. Or alternatively, you have a junior ISA. A junior ISA has two main terms you need to know about. The first is all money saved in a junior ISA, the interest is tax-free. Now, the truth is most children, tax is irrelevant. They don't earn enough to pay tax anyway. There is a rule that says if they earn over £100 interest in a year from money given by parents, and that's taxed at the parents' rates. So for parents who are big savers or have high incomes so that they're paying tax on savings, that junior ISA rule is important. But for most children, the tax isn't an issue. The other point of a junior ISA is the money is locked away until their 18th birthday when it's their money. So some see that as a big positive. You can put the money away, it's held, they can't take it out when they're a kid. Others see it as a big negative because you might be saving towards their university, but then on their 18th birthday, they might decide to go and buy a Taylor Swift-themed camper van with the money, and it's their choice. So as for which is best, it's simply a question of, do you want them to have access to the money or do you not? If you do, then and want them to have access, and you go for, well, look, how old was the child?
He's 12 weeks.
12 weeks. OK, so for a newborn, the top accounts for newborns easy access, you've got Family Building Society at 4.5%. and Kent Reliance at 4.3%. They're the top paying easy access accounts. One other I would really point out is the very top interest paid for children is with regular savings accounts. That's where you're putting up to £100 a month away a month for them. You have the Halifax Regular Saver at 5.5%. and you have the Saffron Building Society Regular Saver at 5.25%. So if instead of just putting a lump sum in, you're going to put money away each month, which you may well do in this case, then you would earn more by putting it in the Halifax or Saffron Building Society's Regular Saver. You can only put up to 100 quid a month in, so if you've got £2,000 to save for them, this won't work for you. But for those saving regularly, that's a big winner too.
Great.
OK, great. This next one is from Megan Martin. I have 3-year-old triplets and I can't get to a bank to open a savings account for them due to work restrictions and difficulty getting appointments at the banks. I opened premium bonds for them, but I want to know if this is the best option for saving on their behalf, or is there something else I can do?
Well, the accounts I've mentioned so far can all be opened by post. There's also the Ecology Building Society that can be opened online. But let's tackle this premium bond issue. Many people give children premium bonds. I find it a bit strange. When I do my show and I talk about who premium bonds are best for, I normally explain it's for people who've got near the maximum, which is £50,000, and people who pay tax on savings interest. Now, children very rarely will have near the maximum, and they will rarely pay tax on savings interests. Because premium bonds, remember, is where you save money away And then the interest that you get is based on a prize draw of whether you'll win or not. Now, the math shows that someone with £1,000 in premium bonds over a year, with typical luck, will win nothing. They will not win anything. The premium bond prize fund rate may be 4.15%, dropping to 4% in January. But because of all those people who win a million or win big prizes, quite a lot of people have to win nothing. And the less you've got in, the less likely you are to win the prize rate with typical luck. So if you're talking about, I'd put 200, 300, 400 quid in for the kids, well, the most likely outcome is they will not win anything at all. And you'd be better just to put it in a normal savings account. If you're putting over about £3,000 in, it gets a bit better. They'll still will, with typical luck, not be winning as much as they would earn interest in a normal savings account. But if you happen to have loads of money and you were paying interest on your savings, so that they may be charged interest on their savings, and therefore could be paying tax, and you were putting in 30, 40, 50,000 pounds, premium bonds wouldn't be bad for kids. But most people aren't doing it. So I'm not a big fan of premium bonds for children. Loads of people do it. I'm not a big fan.
They're probably not putting in a lot because she's got triplets too, so it's not going to be a huge figure.
The boy's grandfather...
You would also have the moral issue with triplets that'd be interesting. What was if one of them won quite a decent amount and the other two didn't win very much?
I hadn't even thought of that.
Would you split it amongst the three?
Right, one last one. We're going to try and squeeze one in. Sorry, Martin, because we've got a few more, but we just want to try and get Kemi's in. She's asking, is an ISA better than a child trust fund? I set up the government child trust fund for my child, which was made available to me. I recently started contributing to it and was told there's an option to switch to an ISA. Can you advise, is the ISA or the trust fund the best chance of returns?
If you have a savings child trust fund where you're just getting interest on the money, absolutely switch it to a junior ISA. You've got the Family Building Society, Coventry Building Society, Tesco and NSI are the top payers. So you apply for those, and on the application form it says, do you want to transfer money across? And you transfer your child trust fund into the junior ISA because the interest rates are higher. Child trust fund's a dead account. Junior ISA is a live product. The interest rates are higher. If you have an investment child trust fund, well, it's much more difficult because it just depends on the underlying investment you've chosen, whether that's a good one or not, and it's much more difficult, and there's not such a big difference. But if you have a cash child trust fund, yes, junior ISAs pay more, so transfer it into a junior ISA so you will earn more.
Great.
Martin, thank you very much. The show is on tonight, 8 o'clock on ITV1, and I will send you the clip of Kat wearing my face because I don't want you to miss out. I don't want you to miss out.
You might go blind.
I'm worried. I'm not sure whether to be excited or scared.
Oh, very
scared.
Both, I'd say. Yeah,
Err on the side of scared.
Good to see you, mate.
Thank you, Martin.
Oh, hello.
Thank you.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.